Right now at the Hennepin County Medical Center, hope is sprouting.
The doctor told us he's currently breathing on his own. That's good news. He's moving his limbs.
Imam Mohammed Dukley explains his nephew of the same name is recovering from his critical condition after he was assaulted Tuesday afternoon at the Harrison Education Center. Dukley says his nephew, whom they call Duke, has worked at Harrison for about 10 years with an open heart.
This is about his generosity towards uplifting everybody. Otherwise, it's not about how much money he makes there. It's about his passion to help humanity.
Dukley says the family is eager to find answers to several questions, including what led up to the incident.
What are the measures that the school have put in place if you were involved in violent behavior before to avoid such recurrence?
Until the investigation is over, Dukley says they will be relying on their faith.
We hope that he can be restored to normalcy. That's our prayer, that's our hope. And that's what the family hopes for, and that's what the community hopes for.
And just within the last half hour, Hennepin County prosecutors announced charges against the 18-year-old student Corey Burfield, who is from St. Paul. According to the criminal complaint, surveillance video of the assault shows Burfield grabbing at Dukley's belt where the keys to the building were held. Prosecutors say Burfield grabbed Dukley by the shirt, shoved him into a wall, and then down to the ground where he hit Dukley numerous times in the head and neck with a closed fist. Tonight, Burfield remains in custody at the Hennepin County Jail, where he is being held without bail.